All right, yesterday I went for, I guess, an impromptu interview. I went into this place. I thought it was an Asian restaurant, but the guy that quote unquote interviewed me was, I guess, Jewish. And I don't know who's who or what's what. He never gave me his name, but he told me before I left, which is not unusual for for employers in the lower end industries, that I probably be getting a call from him sooner than I knew. And I did receive a phone call, and but I didn't receive it immediately because I was out and about yesterday. And you go for an interview, they call you when you get a chance, you call them back. That type of thing is what I'm thinking. So he says, yeah, don't be surprised if I call you sooner than whatever. Now, impressions. When I went, it's kind of like in one of those, what do you call it? I guess a strip mall type thing. And so I saw the name from the outside, but when I went in, all I saw was like, I love my Jewish people, but all I saw was yarmulkes, and I was like, is this the such and such Asian name restaurant? And he was just like, yes, all day. And I was like, oh, okay, I'd like to speak to the owner. And then he was like, sure, he's busy right now. And then he says to me, but if you wait a moment, I'll get him. I said, do you want me to wait out here? Do you want me to wait inside? Because it looked like they were doing some things. He said, you're welcome to wait in here. There was a younger, like, Jewish looking guy with him. And he was like, he had this look like, oh, she's a ditz. You know what I'm saying? So I came in, and again, like I said, my legs were hairy, and they still are now, and dressed, whatever. And so he's like, and this is before I went to take care of the other things. But he was like, and I'm waiting, and there's like, I don't know, some type of Asian people in the back kitchen, but they're ghetto Asian people. Like, I don't know if you ever seen like Vietnamese Asians in the street. They're just ghetto. And so, and they were just like sizing me up or whatever. And he was, the way he was talking, I didn't hear what he was saying, to know if I would understand it or not. But if it was a black person, be like, man, she ain't hitting on him, and that would have been what he was saying. So I sat there, I waited. Then the same guy with the yarmulke came back out. I don't think he ever really gave me his name. Now, we talked. I told him about, whatever experience I had with food preparation, Asian cuisine, and with serving. And then he was like, he looked at the Asian people right there. He was like, well, we're looking more for the front of the house. You prefer for that. We'll be calling you up sooner than you know. And sooner than you know was like 3 hours later. But, I had a busy day yesterday. I went, did, finished whatever errands I had to run. Got my alternate ID for my password for my Employee Florida. And, all that took time. And then there's like gnats or something flying around here. And then I came back. And then when I came back, I had just enough time to drop my stuff off, and I had planned on going to this hair thing at church. So I went. And, by the time I finished doing that and preparing for whatever else is after that, it was like 11:30 at night. So, on my way back, I got home. I was exhausted, went to sleep, got up this morning, and of course all the stuff that I dumped on the bed, I straightened that out. Then after I finished doing that, I was all set to get to work. But then I realized my piece for my iPod, I couldn't find it. And I looked everywhere, and I was like, everything is where it's supposed to be. There's a way I couldn't find it. So I had to get another piece for that. So I went out and did that, and I was like, wow, I'm $100 less than I thought I was. And so I went to do that, Got that, ended up buying some other stuff for the house because I was like, now I'm going to lock myself in and focus on the job thing, you know. But once I did that, I turned the computer on. The computer's not working. And I don't know if I turned it on last night at all. I don't think I did because I was so tired. So I don't know if something crazy happened to it while it was in my bag, or what the deal was there. It didn't want to boot up. So when I got to it, it said something to run in safe mode, and I figured it was doing that because the battery probably just died on me or something because the computer was unplugged when I left. So when I did that, I figured like the computer was unplugged or whatever when I left, and when I booted it up, it was telling me to run it in like safe mode. So I said, okay, I ran it in safe mode, and when I did that, nothing happened, and it told me to run it in safe mode again. So I ran it again, and then it went to that crazy blue screen. I'm like, okay, well, now what? So I turned the computer on, turned it off, turned it on again. Then I get just the plain black screen. Now, this happened like after all of my vocalness regarding how I felt about work and being enslaved, to the entrappings of society. People just giving birth to random, to kids and being on a system and on welfare and things like that. Unnecessarily you enslave yourself. I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning life as I go along. But that's one thing that I learned through being falsely accused and convicted and put through the legal system. Now, not only was I $100 less than what I thought I was, when I went out to take care of what I had to take care of, and I ended up spending $50 more, actually a whole $100 more, because I bought all the additional things that I needed, as far as groceries. So $100 more than I expected. So now I'm at even kill. I'm at basically break even, and that's fine with me. I can hustle, but then I get home and the computer's not working. So with the computer not working, that makes it harder for me to do what I have to do. So then I'm like, okay, so now I have to go see. I was hoping it would just magically fix itself, but it didn't. And it's either that or I have to figure it out. And right now I don't have time to figure it out because I'm at a crunch time right now where all of my like my time is crucial. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any leeway to play. And so, with me having just enough to cover, that would have been fine because that's exciting to me. I like a thrill. That's a challenge. I like that, But this is even more of a challenge. I have 3 days to do what I need to do to make things happen. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buckle down. And it's like everything in life. I think life is all about learning. I think when you get with other people, it makes it about something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about learning the best way to work and maneuver life for you. Now, I like my life simple. I don't like a whole bunch of rings and dings and all that other kind of stuff. I like it simple, And, life is a game. It's one game after another. If when you die, it's over. I don't think you really lose. You kind of learn, as you go along. And how you respond to the stimulus that are given to you to learn from determines the quality of your life. So, the next game in my life right now is a 3-day game. And it's called Hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's called Buckle Down. So for the next 3 days, and I've been really, and it always happens this way. You find something you really enjoy. I've been really enjoying these churches I've been visiting, and I've been really enjoying being vocal about my way of life. But I already know what's gonna end up happening. Like I said, I've never been homeless except when I was court ordered, and that changed my lifestyle and my way of being a whole lot. So if anything adverse happens, it's gonna be all back to she's this, that, and the other. But it's my life for me to figure out. So anyways, I'm on my way to go do what I gotta do. Peace.